Hello, my name's Chris Funderburg, and originally was planning to give a little history of SEL, but I'm going to pivot a bit tonight. I'm a little bit confused about the dog and pony show we just saw here for the Thriving Futures presentation. We heard a lot about what staff has done and implemented, but we didn't hear anything about what the outcome for the students was. Has this increased their academic performance? Has it had any positive impact on the student body altogether? And who is Alliance for Healthier Generation? I've never heard of that organization before. I could start an organization and by next week be handing out participation trophies to schools across the country. So if we're going to recognize people for these things, I think we should not just concentrate on what was done, but what the outcome of what was done. So with that, let me get back onto track and see if I can fit this in or not. Okay. So I imagine most of you know what SEL is and how it is implemented in Prince William County, but what I want to review the history and how it got to where it is today before diving into its use. It goes back to Yale psychologist and civil rights activist James Comer. He wanted to explore why most Black inner city schools in Hartford, Connecticut were failing so bad and introduced the idea of whole child teaching. This consisted of intervening with students in an environment of the civil rights movement, the fall of institutional racism, the assassination of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., and the broken homes that many of them came from. By taking these factors into account and helping the students understand and process these things, the schools were able to make a dramatic increase in graduation rates and college entrances in just 5 years. 2 schools where he introduced the whole child approach rose from the bottom of the academic list to the top. It was truly a miraculous turnaround and success, and Comer has been rightfully lauded for what he accomplished. However, over the years, applying this program in other schools in the country has been very hit or miss. It turns out that the success of the program depended a lot on the home environment of the students, the teacher's skill and buy-in, and student buy-in. We're finding that it worked great at an individual approach for at-risk students, but had marginal or backward success in other environments. By the early 1990s, the whole child educational approach was picked up by the Fetzer Institute, and SEL was officially born. This is where CASEL, the Collaborative for Academic, Social, and Emotional Learning, was created as the implementation arm. It meshed with critical education theory, and the intensive surveying portions were added. CASEL's SEL had limited success in getting established in schools until the passage of the 2015 Every Student Succeeds Act, ESSA. This act mandated at least one domain of non-academic competency reporting from every school receiving federal education money. In steps CASEL with a ready-made system to provide this necessary reporting that